The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown.
Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Do you believe in cryptids? Have you ever seen one?
Supernatural or cryptid? What is it? Are they friend or foe? Oh, what's that?
Have you ever had an experience with something unidentifiable?
Are you afraid to tell your story?
Don't be. So we're here to listen.
We are the Southern Appalachia Sasquatch Seekers.
Are there?
Okay. Sorry, everybody. We were having some sound issues, and we're trying to fix it. That's why we're late, a little bit late getting on. Donna was in the. Sometimes she gets in the bedroom in there, and so we don't get feedback in here. But she had to come in here today, so let us know if there's any problems, issues, or everything. I see who got in. We got Greg and Billy jumped in here to help us. I think this is going. If I don't lose all those videos I set and put in, we're in good shape. Who we got? We got Gary and y'all help me. Denise.
I can't see chat.
Standing Storm. You can't see chat. Okay.
Standing Stones.
Yeah.
Skitter.
Skitter's in here.
Of course, Wild Bill.
Patrick
Mickey.
Noble. Huh?
Mickey's on, the guy you were talking about, trying to talk to.
Oh, Mickey. Okay. Welcome.
I seen him.
Kevin Bode. The Daddy, 1945. Bigfoot Bud.
But then.
Yeah. Cheeky Man.
David Hinton.
Bobby Yance.
We're sorry for the problem. We were trying our best to get it fixed, straightened up before we got on. But there's still a little roar, but I guess, can you all hear us okay? Somebody give us a thumbs up or something. Everything's okay on that side?
We got storms coming in too, guys.
Yeah, it is storming around here a lot. That could be the problem. And we got some guests tonight. What we're going to talk to you about tonight, I'm scared to death I'm going to lose my videos. then we're going to be in trouble again, but they're all on there right now. Greg come on to join us, and Billy was with us on this trip that we're going to show. A friend of ours that we've known about close to 2 years now. Misty and I'll tell you a little bit of background. Misty and I went over to meet him over in North Carolina. Well, Greg and Spencer and Jim and everybody was having a fit because we were going over there by ourselves to meet somebody that we didn't know. You want to take that, Greg?
Oh my God. Look, Misty calls me. She's filling me in on the whole deal. She's like, it's kind of sketchy. Like, no, that's a lot sketchy. We're going to go meet this dude that we've never even heard of in the middle of nowhere in the backside of a Walmart parking lot by the dumpsters at 3 o'clock in the morning. And we don't know where we're going or who, nothing about this guy really, but Sherry talked to him and I think he's a good dude. And I'm like, there's just like, it's not red flags, it's alarm bells and red flags and sirens and lights and stuff. I'm like, y'all gonna get your throat cut. And I'm going, well, look. And I made Misty, I was like, look, when you get there and meet this dude, I said, you like call me and at least give me the tag number, description of the vehicle. So, look, if I've got to come up there to Tennessee and like burn the woods down and find y'all, I know where to start. And the whole time I'm on pins and needles, I'm like, they're going to die. This may be a great dude, but I know nothing about this guy. This may be like a super serial killer stalker or something. But, them dudes, they're not afraid of jack nothing. It's all right. Everything's going up and up. I'm going, oh, no. And it's bad enough Spencer's chimed in. He don't usually worry about squirrel for nothing. But he's like, y'all are retarded. Y'all are going to go meet this dude y'all know nothing about. Like, yeah. Oh, my God. It was like, but it turned out everything went well. Nobody died. Nobody come up missing. I didn't have to come up there and, like the movie Taken, come up there and, it was horrible. It was sketchy there for a little bit though.
But we met him, and then we headed to the woods.
Yeah. We're gonna meet him in a clandestine location, and then we're gonna go in the middle of nowhere. We're gonna follow him.
We actually went up on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and I'm telling you something. You couldn't see your finger in front of your face. It was so foggy up there that morning from the time we got up there. I mean, seriously, we were sitting there, and it's kind of funny. What broke the ice, though, John was sitting there, and he's sitting here with his back and looking out and just talking a little bit to us and stuff. He's a little nervous too, and he's a big dude. And all of a sudden, Missy put a tape recorder right here behind us, and I'm telling you, seriously, 4 or 5 foot you couldn't see. It was that foggy, and all of a sudden, clank behind us, and he jumped off the table. It is, and we've aggravated him about that. His nerves get the best of him about all this stuff, but he's become a good friend.
We did wonder about him. We seen that he wasn't a psycho killer dude. We thought, my God, I bet when he got up there and got exposed to Misty full-fledged in the dark, this guy probably thought, what have I got myself into?
But we come to find out, he actually hunted a long time ago over where Jim and I bear hunt too. So,
yeah.
But he was all right. But everything turned out good, and turned out to be a really good story. The reason why I found him though, he was on Sasquatch Chronicles. And I used to be a member there, but I still listen to it some. And I just happened to be sitting here working one morning, and he come on, and he said, he told him, he said, if you know anybody in my area that's a researcher, he said, I need to talk to him. He said, the only people that I can get are the people who just do the woo factor. And he said, I want the other side of it too. Well, I just went ahead and typed on there and put him, I gave him my name and my phone number on the site. I put my name, well, Wes took the number off after that. But anyway, I gave him the number site, and I said, I think you'll like us, Well, 2 days he called, and we got talking on the phone, and then that's when Misty and I went up to meet him. So it was a little bit, but I think he was more afraid than we were, though. He didn't know who he was meeting either,
Yeah, I mean, he had good reason.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't get that experience. I got to meet him yet.
You look awful pretty today. I didn't even look at you.
Well, thank you.
Trying to keep she got makeup on and stuff. It looks good.
Donna looks like she's fixing to have glamour shots made.
Yeah, she does.
No,
just try to
ramp up a little bit.
Well, it's working.
Trying to keep up with Big Sis.
Yeah. I think we about got everybody. I think we were late getting in. Everybody probably thought we weren't going to make it, but yeah, Chad and Erica.
Yeah, Miss Verby and Catherine. We got a bunch coming in.
Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah,
we do have. We've got videos and everything. We're going to kind of go through this. John couldn't be here on the podcast. He has to kind of protect his identity. Because of his job. So that's what we've been doing. And so that's why we're just kind of going through the videos, and we'll kind of tell you about what happened. The first one I'm going to play for you.
and we are planning the trip.
Billy went and camped with us too. We just had a camping trip with John, and Billy went with me and Jim and up there, and we had a good trip, didn't we, Billy? He's a good. Is he not a good dude? He's a good guy, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Good people.
He
Good people. Everybody we met was nice.
he showed us some of the town and everything, and I gotta see which one. I'm gonna show you this video first. I think this is the one. It's hard to get the videos on this. A lot of different videos on this program here because if they're very big, they fall off. And okay, I'm gonna start right here. This is like this one right here. This is where we actually met. Now we met John 313 right here. I'll play the video first, and we'll talk to you.
About as far from here to that table is where we first seen it. Just go up the bank, slide down, tried it again, come down where she, I guess, thought would be a little bit easier spot, and went up and slid down again. By that time, she'd cut half the distance.
And that table's about 40 feet.
Yeah.
So
40 foot.
I've been guessing about 30 feet, but at the closest point, I've been guessing 30. It might have been a little bit closer than that.
Well, I'd say farther than 30 feet.
I think about 40.
I'd say these trucks right here are setting 30 foot apart.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
I thought you were talking about yards.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Well,
Now, the first time you saw him, you said, and then after you saw him, you got closer. You got closer to him. Yeah.
It was all the same.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say first.
Okay, I'm gonna stop this right here just a minute. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
This is where we met John. This is not where he actually had the siding. We had left and gone back to here. This is up on the Parkway. And this is where they're just kind of judging the distance because it's hard to tell. You'll find that out when we go to the one at the creek where they saw them because it's so wooded and everything and thick. So it was hard, but he was trying to give us a judgment of the distance here.
Whenever we first seen them.
Yeah.
he said they was coming towards him, trying to find a place to go up the bank.
Right.
She slid down, best I remember, it like twice she went up. Then they cut the distance from here to there in half. So, I get, about the distance of these two trucks.
That's about 30 foot.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
We'll stop every once in a while. And the little one was about how tall? About my height?
No, not quite.
Not hardly as tall as me.
How tall are you?
5 foot.
Probably about shoulder length.
Okay. About 4 foot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the tallest one, she might have been just a little bit taller than me, but.
Did you step in off? I didn't want to get those people's tag number.
Yards, 314.
That's,
42.
Well, I don't hardly step 3 foot anymore.
yeah.
But I'd say
Okay. Now, if y'all have a question, before we get go on to the next videos, whatever, put it in comments and we'll answer your questions. But we'll go on probably the next one. And but now, like I said, this is actually where Missy and I and this played another part in our visit this last time when Billy was with us on camping. There had been some more sightings there, and we actually had some calls right behind us there. So, but we'll get into that when we get there. I'm gonna go into the next video. Videos complicate things on this, but I'm hoping they'll all play and everything. Is everybody seeing them okay? Seeing the videos and hearing them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do 3110 next. Here we go.
You didn't snap on it.
Is that one right there? I didn't mean to move. Okay, wait a minute. It's the wrong one. 3110. Do you see it?
$3117.
No. It's 3110. 3. Give me just a minute, guys. I'm trying to get these figured out here. We went from back and forth to different sites and getting the videos, and you can't put too large a video on here because it just won't load it.
Put it on the bottom one.
3106. Here, okay.
3106.
Okay, this is at
Judicaula Rock it's actually in Jackson County, but from where we're going to be, it's just down the hill. But I think they've dated it back 1,500 years or so. There's all kinds of what they call them hieroglyphs or something other, and it's got like Bigfoot and stuff like that. Yeah, we're fixing to be over 6,000 feet here in a few minutes.
I didn't understand why they waited so long to build a wall around that where people couldn't climb on that rock and everything.
Well,
they destroyed a lot of it.
I was talking to a guy about it the other day, and he said they've took it down.
They took the wall down?
They took the wall and the cover down.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
Unless you're just, that doesn't make sense.
But there's some college kids, and they caught them doing it. Went up there and took spray paint. It was stupid.
But a lot of okay, that was up at Judicaula Rock, and Judicaula Rock. A lot of y'all, I'm sure, if you study this stuff, you know what that it's about the giant with a seven fingers and toes at the rock there, and they had tried to protect it, putting a wall up, and because they were just destroying it, spray painting it and doing a lot of stuff, and then he said just now that they had taken the fence down and let them get back in there and destroy it. And that doesn't make sense. They never do that kind of stuff. Why would they want this rock to get destroyed? Just saying, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but you know, that is an illustrious Forestry Service and governmental operation.
Yeah. I gotta go back and get the other videos here. Okay, this right here, I'm gonna do. Did I play 3101? Because I want to show them. Because then I'm gonna go to the. I'm getting them mixed up, so I'll probably end up playing the level ones. This one right here is he talks about he and his wife. This was during the floods over in North Carolina in 24, and they had lost their truck. The flood, the water just took it, and they almost lost their house. They didn't know where their daughter was at, and their son, they had caught up with him, and they were trying to get across a hill where it'd be safe to get out of the flood. That's what was going on, and then they ran into these things on the side of the hill. It's not really a mountain to us because of our mountain sizes. It's a hill, and they were coming in on the side of that mountain there, hill, and that's when they first saw this female and the young one.
Now, Sherry I never did understand the part, which, I've heard part of the story of what happened. Now, did they have was it like a old road, a log road, a trail, or what kind of path, or was it just through the woods where they were trying to get away?
It's just a trail. Just a trail.
Just a trail.
Just a trail. Yeah. We've been up there 2 or 3 times, and we're going back and staying again. September.
How far, like just for reference, I got for me to get it in my head, like when they left their house, the flood was about to get their house, got their truck, and they didn't know where their daughter was. So their plan was, we've got to take extreme measures. We're going to cut through the woods. There's a trail leading out of here to hopefully go to safety. How far guesstimation was it from their house to where they had to go to get safety? Was it a long way or a half mile, quarter mile, or what?
Yeah, that their house. Billy was with us. He showed us his house, didn't he, Billy? And how far would you say that was from there up to the? It was a pretty good piece, wasn't it? Because they were traveling uphill. They were getting up the hills. What they were trying to do, because they were down there. A lot of houses down there got wiped out. They got theirs fixed, and restored. And some of the others did, but some of them just washed them away. And they were trying to get up higher.
There's steel houses around there. It's just you see the insulation hanging out of the ceilings, and it was bad.
Man, so their house. I mean, is it like on just a small creek that got out of banks, or was it a river, or what?
It's out the creeks.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, he said that every drop of water that runs through that whole county comes out of the ground in that county.
In that county.
And it's a lot of water. I mean, it's a lot of creeks, a lot of beautiful place. It's a beautiful place.
But there were still.
You know me, I like in-depth stories. So I mean, I try to paint a picture. When I talk about stuff, I try to paint a picture where it's like people's there. So I got a lot of questions as far as because in my mind I'm trying to put all this together where I can have a picture for myself. But like when they left their house, how far had they made it on this journey going out before they had this encounter? Was it just like a few hundred yards or half a mile or?
Just a guesstimation.
A couple of miles. Couple of miles.
Yeah.
From down there,
wow.
About a couple of miles, I guess.
So they had to go. Did they have to go? Did they travel that on foot? I mean, they were having to hike out.
No, they were on a four-wheeler. They were on a four-wheeler. Okay. They had got the four-wheeler and because they'd done lost the truck and the house was about to go, and they got the four-wheeler and went.
Okay.
John had a parked in his aunt's garage. He ran and got the four-wheeler, came back, got his wife, and then he took off.
Yeah.
Okay. And see, this is the big thing about this too. I mean, it's not like they were out there looking for cryptids. They're trying to save themselves, and then all this. Odds are that may have been what the booger was trying to do, was to save itself, and they just happened to be doing it in the same place.
Well, it was a female about his height, around 6 foot, and a little smaller one, male, about 4 foot. So just assuming, we don't know, but we kind of feel like that was her young one.
Yeah.
As he explained to me, they came up with this female. And she's trying to get up a bank, a muddy washed bank, and she kept trying to get up, and she'd slide back down, and she'd look back at John and his wife, and have like a just terrorized look in her eyes. And then finally she made it up the bank, and she called the little one, and the little one run up, and she grabbed it by the hand and pulled it on up the bank, and they took off. That's the last they saw of it. So yeah, they were in distress too.
Yeah.
And then plus seeing humans walking around. I mean, this place down there, my God, if there's ever been a place for a booger, that would be a great place. Anywhere, he carried us all over the place and showed us different things. And like we're, y'all were talking about the first video, talking about the distance, and us, he said, he guessed 30 feet, and then you could hear him saying, maybe the distance of these trucks. And then it sounded like when Jim stepped it off, they didn't miss it much. And like Jim said in the video, he said, he didn't hardly step 3 foot anymore. And, even if he did step 3 foot, it's like figured out 42 feet. Well, there's not much difference between if you're looking at something, whether you're 30 feet or 42 feet. So that's really close to see one of these things. And that this was in daylight, right?
It was still daylight, yeah. It was, but it was where it was raining. So there's so much rain, I'm sure it was a little dark and everything. This is a place actually where they saw him. I'm gonna show you the video here.
Okay.
Right up the bank right here, about 300 to 350 yards that direction is where we seen them. The bank had slid down, had a little tree in it. We couldn't get the four-wheeler around it. The tree wasn't too big. It was just big enough to block the road, so we got off the four-wheeler. By that time, we were within 100 yards of where I wanted to be anyway. So I went through the tree first, and I kind of pulled the limbs up for my wife, she could get through. Right there, she got through, she grabbed me by the arm. I thought maybe another slide was going to happen or something. When I got through and I looked up the road, and that's when we first seen him.
Now, the female, how tall was she, did you say?
She was about my height, about 6'3", 6 foot, 6'3", somewhere around there. Small one was around 4 foot. She tried to go up the bank, slid a time or two, come down the bank or come down the road just a little ways to try another spot. She kept sliding on it, and that's never the smallest one seen us. And I don't know if it made some kind of noise or what, but she immediately looked down at it and then looked at us. So we had about an 8-second stare down, and they took off.
And you said the bank was about as steep as that one?
Yeah, about as steep as that right there.
Now,
After you get above that first rock, it's really steep.
It was big, it was just big enough to block the road.
I'm trying to stop that. When he's talking, if you can see my screen right there now, almost at the top of those trees, that's where the water was. The picture that you can see of the trees in that picture, it was all the way up to the top of that green, because there's the hill goes up higher than that, but it was a good 10-15 foot up through there. The water already was, and they came in from the left side there on that picture. They came out the top of the ridge out through there. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Something I thought was really interesting, down in these creek bottoms, I mean, I've never seen so much rock. It's rock everywhere. And then we were talking about the rock, and he made mention of the female trying to get up the mud bank. I forgot how many acres, but just tons of land washed away from there. And it's got these rocks now, all the rocks washed out of the dirt as it was being tumbled down the creeks. And now it's rock. I mean, I've never seen that much rocky ground, around all the creeks and everything is just full of rock. And he said it came from the land that was washed. I forgot how many acres he said had washed away, but it had washed all this mud on down in, I think, the next county, a lake down there. Yeah. It used to be real deep, and people fished in it and everything. Now it's about 4 foot deep because it's filled up with mud from this county. And I thought, wow. It was amazing to see some of these places to me. These people are lucky to be alive.
Yeah. And they didn't find their daughter until after everything had settled down. They didn't know if she was even alive either.
Yep.
Wow.
Okay. I know I'm getting these videos confused. I'll probably have some I don't get to play or do play. Okay, let me see what that one is right there. Okay, this is in the car. We're back on the mountain again, and he's talking about it a little bit and giving a little bit more detail there too. I'll play this one.
Big enough to where you couldn't get a four-wheeler over it. And we were almost to the spot that I was wanting to be at, to where we could see if the dam was getting ready to break. So my wife, she's real short, so I've kind of stepped not all the way through the tree, but a pretty good ways, and I lifted the branches up, and she kind of hunkered down and went under, and before I could get out, that's whenever she grabbed my arm. And I knew something with the way she grabbed my arm. I either thought she was falling or the bank was getting ready to slide or something. And I stepped out, and that's whenever I first seen them, it's probably 50, 60 feet. Well, I'd say 60 feet. She tried to go up the bank. She had the smaller one by the arm that time, and they just got so far up that they slid all the way back down. They tried it again, didn't make it, and then they come down and they run about half the distance between, but they couldn't see us. And I always believed that the reason they couldn't see us because we were still basically standing in that tree.
Right.
and our outline was just broke up real good.
Now was you said she looked young, and or as much as you could tell, and like she was like lactating. I think you weren't sure.
No, she just had breast.
Oh, okay.
Defined, you could definitely tell they were breast.
I've got those pictures I need you to look at too. I brought some with me to see how close they are.
You know, look at this. It's so deserted.
Oh, there's
A lot of open territory.
This looks like Booger country.
Yeah.
But
Our country would be hard to travel in.
it sure would.
I ain't slinging you around back there, Emma.
You're fine.
He underestimated the strength of Mr. Jim riding in the seat with somebody driving wild, didn't he?
Oh yeah, we don't need to get into that.
I did too.
All he'd have to do was ride one time on a bear hunt with Sherry driving, and he'd learn. It's like a NASCAR and you riding around in the back rolling with no seatbelt.
You gotta go fast. Catch a dog.
Did you notice all the land? You didn't see no houses. You didn't see nothing. There's tens of thousands of acres. I wouldn't doubt there's never had a human foot on it.
Well, hey, I'm sorry, Billy. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that there was. I couldn't get over how empty. There's nothing there. Nothing but trees.
Yeah.
Real steep slopes. I would hate to think I had to go down in one of them hollows and try to get back up. I don't know if I can make it or not. I mean, it was just amazing to me how much just open country.
Yeah.
He actually shows in one picture where kind of we are located from there, our place. Let me see if it's on this one right here.
See how, or to hear how loud it was with the river right here below us.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a constant roar. Like me being as far as you, we'd have to probably holler, pretty loud to be able to hear each other.
Right.
Well, the bank had slid down. It wasn't a real bad slide, but there was a tree big enough to where you couldn't get a four-wheeler over it. And we were almost to the spot that I was wanting to be at, where we could see if the dam was getting ready to break. So my wife, she's real short, so I've kind of stepped not all the way through the tree, but a pretty good ways, and I lifted the branches up, and she kind of hunkered down and went under, and before I could get out, that's whenever she grabbed my arm. And I knew something with the way she grabbed my arm. I either thought she was falling or the bank was getting ready to slide or something. And I stepped out, and that's whenever I first seen them, it's probably 50, 60 feet. Well, I'd say 60 feet. She tried to go up the bank. She had the smaller one by the arm that time, and they just got so far up that they slid all the way back down. They tried it again, didn't make it, and then they come down and they run about half the distance between, but they couldn't see us. And I always believed that the reason they couldn't see us because we were still basically standing in that tree.
Right.
And our outline was just broke up real good.
Now was you said she looked young, and I played that one a while ago.
Yeah. Well, that's still, my gosh, I can't. That's right on top of it. I mean, that's in your lap. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of homes that a big living room is about 30 feet.
Yeah.
Now that would be really scary to see something.
I mean, no joke. Like where I live, an average house, the width of a house would be about 30 feet.
Yeah.
That's not length, but width.
That's about what ours is, I think.
Yeah, I mean, no joke. if you've got to think about it, if your house is 30 feet, go outside, stand on one corner of the house and look at the back corner and think about this thing being that far away from you. That's close. That's bad close.
Yeah, and you're already fighting the weather and stuff just to try to survive.
Yeah, the trauma, the flood.
Well, another thing probably with it raining, and like he's talking about the roar of that river, you like he's talking, you couldn't have heard yourself screaming. Anybody that's been next to a river that's rolling real hard, especially like a flood. Now, he's talking about a dam busting? Did that dam end up breaking, or did it hold, or what?
I don't know. I don't think
either.
it bursted. He didn't say anything about it busting, did he? I think it held. It's just the waterway flooded.
Okay.
Probably overflowed.
Yeah. I don't think it busted. I don't remember him saying anything about it, but
they may have let the dam out to keep it from busting.
Yeah.
That's what
let the water go.
Yeah.
They may have had to. We are going next month.
Yeah, September.
We're going to go up, and he and some friends went back in there a while back, and they had some of the same stuff that we had on our very first outing as a group, the owl and the monkey combined thing, coming at them, around them, and we're going up there with them.
We're going to camp out.
We're going to go camping with them next month.
So was he just totally oblivious to any of this stuff ever happening before, or knowing this stuff was around where he lives, or have any kind of idea?
He never said anything about it, did he? You two, about seeing it, knowing, I'm sure he'd heard of it, but I don't think he had any other encounters.
I don't think he, as Greg said, oblivious. I don't think that the guy really believed what was going, what happened to him. It was like I was. What the heck did I just know? But the whole thing with him, John really had his head screwed down tight because he had an escape route plan. That he needed to get to that four-wheeler, and he knew where he wanted to go, and he took off for that place. And I thought that was amazing because you live up in the top of the mountain. Hurricanes don't come to flood you out on top of the mountain. When you're on top, where do you run to high ground? He had a plan, and he just put it into action. And then when he gets there, what happens to the guy? Here comes two boogers across the trail in front of him. And he really done a good job taking care of himself and his family, and not freaking slam out on everybody.
But that man needs a silver star, because look, he was every direction he turned, it just kept getting worse.
Yeah.
And I think I know me and Jim and Billy, like I said, we went up and camped with John just a while back and had a real good time and spent more time with him. He's a really good fella, and I think he just needed to talk. He said on there, he said, I need to talk to somebody. He said, the only people that I find to talk to are just the woo factor. And I'm not saying there's not a woo factor. I believe there is, but there's more. It's flesh and blood too, and I think Greg, seen more than I have, but
Sherry, I like to refer to it as flesh and blood, but with extraordinary abilities. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
I agree.
We all feel like I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, here he is. He's not only fighting for his life, his wife, he's worried about his daughter. And like Billy said, I mean, kudos to him, because undoubtedly he held it together when he had to. He done what any man hopes like hell they can do, is come up with a decision really quick, fast, and in a damn hurry on how to save his skin and everybody he's responsible for. And I can't imagine, you're fighting that, and then out of fairy tale pages where everybody looks at it, this thing just steps right out in the road in front of you, and here you are, you're just it'd be like taking the battery ends on an automobile and unplugging them, flipping them, and putting them back. You're going to short circuit everything, and that's exactly what happened to him in his mind. I promise you, I've been there. I know what it's like, and that leaves a lot to deal with. That you can't ever. And look, as humans, we want to take everything and put it in this nice, neat little box and put a bow on top of it. Well, not everything will fit into that box. The only way you can ever get it in that box is you've got to reboot and get a whole bunch bigger box to put shit in and hope that there ain't edges hanging out. But yeah, but what he's doing, he's reached out. That takes a lot of bravery to reach out, especially to strangers, because y'all know as well as I do. You don't know who you're going to talk to. But I'll tell him this, and I hope he's watching it. He couldn't have found a better bunch of people to have talked to. There's no way. And talking to people that's had experiences and been around it, and not just collecting, not just people that's collected stories and they've got a big archive of, well, this guy told me that, and this guy told me this, and that woman over there said this, and this is all these stories I collected, and I'll tell you what they said. The people that he's getting to talk to here are people that, well, yeah, I've collected the stories. But let me tell you what I dealt with firsthand. I was in your shoes.
Yeah.
This is what happened to me. This is how it happened. This is what it done. That was this time. Well, then the other time when it happened, this is what happened. Talking to somebody that's had it happen firsthand. Now, I'm not taking away from people that's had an encounter or collected encounters. I'm just saying until you yourself have been in that predicament, it's hard to explain the difference, but there's a massive difference. But yeah, kudos to him because he did superb. And, I wonder how much longer it was before they got in it. You see, this is how my brain works. I'm an overthinker, and I'm thinking like it's like a tree limb going out and it forks here, and then this fork's got a fork, and that fork's got 3 forks, and then it's branching out, and I'm trying to think all these scenarios. When they finally got to where they were going to get to, where he said, okay, if we're here, we're going to be safe. Well, all that shit got shoved off the table if they were still in the middle of the damn woods by themselves, and he's just seen this 100 yards from where his safe spot was.
Yeah.
Think about that. Hey, look, we're 100 yards. We can be there in just a minute. We get here, we're going to be okay. I can see that being in his head, knowing that, hey, that's my plan. If we can get here, here's a high spot. We're going to have shelter. We're going to be okay. We're going to be uncomfortable for a while. We're still going to need help, but we're probably not going to die. Well, then here he is, 100 yards, 300 feet from where he's going. This is where it's like playing tag when you're a kid. I'm 3 steps from grabbing on to where I'm safe, and it's like, uh-oh, I can't get there. Or somebody says, never mind, this is not safe anymore. So how long, I wonder how much longer it was before they had help, or was they at some type of building? Was it just a spot in the woods, or what was his safe spot? Do you know?
He didn't say, did he?
I don't know.
I know they didn't find their daughter until all of this was over.
But he was wanting to know, like, did he have a certain place to be in the woods that was going to
I mean, was it like a cabin or something that he was going to, or a barn, or it wasn't nothing?
Just getting to higher ground. Right,
oh,
Billy?
wow.
He was trying to get above the water.
Yeah. That's all he was trying to do.
See, that's what I'm saying. Was it approaching dark? Was it going to get dark in an hour or two? And then here he is in the woods going, oh, shit. This thing ain't even supposed to be real. We just seen 2 of them. And in my mind, would be going, okay, I just seen the mama and the baby. Where's the big badass daddy at? He may not be happy. Look, that's a whole new fear that got unlocked right there. So,
But everything that happened to that guy, everything that happened to John wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
There wasn't supposed to be a flood on top of that mountain. When they
You're
got
right.
told high ground, well, I'm on top of the mountain. Where is high ground?
Yeah.
There is no more ground. And he's got to try to keep climbing to get above this rain, this flood. And then he runs in something else that ain't supposed to never happen.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And he
Now,
was
you
very
talking about,
descriptive of what he saw. I believe every word he said.
dude,
I believe
look, that is what this man went through is the absolute definition of up shit creek with no paddle.
Yeah.
absolute.
It's been hard on their whole family. They've got a daughter and a son and their wife, and I'm sure it was all traumatic for
Yeah, yeah,
and
All
yeah.
his family lived down through that hollow. You know, his aunt. I don't
yes,
know.
he
I
had
don't know.
family down there too. Other family.
Yeah, all them are in the flood. Houses washing away. Some houses they never found again. They just, I guess, busted up and washed away. I don't know where they went. But
Well,
I hate to say this, but this man's story would make one hell of a damn survival movie.
Oh, yeah.
It really would.
Um,
Really
Yeah.
would. I was amazed. You know, it's I just couldn't get over. You'd be riding along and see a house together, people in it. Then you'd see a green lot. And I said, well, why isn't there a house here? He said it was. But there's nothing left of it. Gone. You know, place is just gone. And I mean, there's rocks, man. It's your car that's there just sitting out of place. You know, they didn't just fall there.
Yeah.
They got washed from knows where. And, you know, and they're trying to survive through this thing, and they got their family living there. And, you know, it's not just his immediate family. It's people that, you know, in branches of his family. You don't know how they're doing. Don't know if they're still there. Don't know if they're washed away. Don't know if they got a home. You know, he done seen his truck roll away and washed away. And it's still getting more water's coming. You don't know that he don't know when he got on top of that mountain whether he had anything left to come back to or not.
Well, just think of the fear, you know, in my mind too. This is, like I said, y'all, there's a lot of stuff goes on up here. I'm thinking about the fear factor of if this dam is upstream of him, and he knows in his mind that all this water's got to come either around or over that dam. What's going to happen if that dam breaks? I mean, at any split second, they may be 100-foot wall of water. It'd be like flushing a toilet right down through there. My God, I can't imagine the fear that this man was already under and the pressure. And then, you know, have to stop the four-wheeler because they can't get by this tree. So there's another problem that just jumped in. Our transportation's null and void. We can't go any further. So we got to go on foot. And then, but he gets through the tree and he gets hurt through the tree. And just as soon as they ain't him out of the tree yet, and then here's two damn Bigfoot in the road in front of him. At that point in time, somewhere, somehow he had to, at least have the thought of, Lord, what in the world did I do to deserve all of this?
Or what's next?
Yeah. I mean, really.
I know.
Yeah.
But
you talking about son? I wonder if his middle name is Job.
I don't think so.
It should be.
Well, ask him. But I mean, I just, the trauma. I mean, you know, because I mean, I can't imagine it. You know, besides all of it put together.
At this point right here, look, I know all y'all. I don't know this guy, never met him, never talked to him. But at this point, I've got no doubt in anything this man said. None. Not any.
I never met him before, and I felt the exact same way. I'm thinking,
you can just kind of tell most of the time, you know, when you're talking to somebody. I told you, I said, Jim, this man is telling the truth. I said, I just have sixth sense about people, you know. And of course, he was raising Cain too, but I knew he was telling the truth. He does now. He's met him and everything, you know, but he hadn't met him then.
Yeah. Golly. My heart goes out to him. I mean, I'm telling y'all, look, I'll just tell you this from what I've heard on this story right here, just like what Billy's thinking the same way I am. All this stuff this man went through and made it out. Look, I'll go to the woods with him anytime. Because look here, if you need somebody to have your back, undoubtedly this is the dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
This thing, I mean, it really would make a great movie.
Yeah.
You could make a really great movie just from the story he told us.
But they'd mess it up. They never do them like it really happened. You know
You're
what I'm saying?
right.
That's the
true.
problem. They don't. They've got an awesome encounter here and story, and they'll mess it up because they think they know better than the encounter was.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Sherry. That they would look at it and go, yeah, but it would be neater if it did this. And like, yeah, that ain't what happened. Well, it don't matter. It'd sound cool and make a better movie. No, it won't.
Let's look at some more of these. Is anybody having questions? Not you want keeping an eye on
No,
that?
I've not seen any yet. Just everybody talking and saying hi and everything.
This right here, I think this is where he tells where
And
we're
I've
located.
actually heard it, and I have to admit, I do not know.
Oh, I know what this. Wait a minute. Let me stop
like
it.
real.
This is up in the same area as those other pictures, and he used to work for these people, okay, and through government things, he lost the job a long time ago. But he still goes up there a lot. He took us up there every night, but that's what he's talking about right here. He drives up there a lot early in the morning, and he's hearing back on the far mountain there, everybody. Or back in there, he's hearing one there. Then he's hearing one down in the hollow answering it. He told me and Missy that down there. I'm gonna play it for you.
Like about maybe 30, 45 minutes before daylight, you can hear it's like two animals doing a locate. It's like you can hear.
I don't doubt it.
You can hear one make a call, and you can hear one a little ways off reply to it, and they'll eventually. You can tell that they're getting closer.
To each other.
Yeah.
Raindrops.
It rained. It's
Up here.
it'll rain
Rain.
up here, but apparently 2 Sundays ago, a lady and her daughter had walked this trail right here, and they was up in there just a little ways, and they seen something. The woman described it walking upright, about 6, 7 feet tall. Scared them so bad that the people heard them down here, heard them screaming and called 911. And park, of course, they called it a bear. And she told them, she said that was not no bear that I seen.
She might not have done that politely either, when she was scared as she was.
But from where our sighting happened, you're not too. As the crow flies, you're not far at all.
No. Keep that question a minute. I will stop this right here.
That's from Miss Murray. The question.
Monkey Ranch. Okay. I got my brain off what I was going to tell y'all. You know, he was talking about the people that had the sighting there just pretty recently, the mother and her daughter right there. Well, when we came back, Billy's a witness to this too. When we came back out of there one night, I think so last night, wasn't it, Billy? Right before we left. We were in this same area. This is where that table's at, where Missy and I met him. And we went, it was windy. You couldn't hardly hear, and it was colder and everything. I mean, it was really bad. But we got out, and I just did a little call. Didn't expect anything to happen. Got an answer. Did it again. Got another answer.
Sure did.
And then and Billy heard it. And then Billy, what happened after that? You all were on the other. I'm up here in front of Jim on that side, and they're back here behind Jim.
Sherry said, "You do a call." I said, "I don't know nothing about calling no booger." She said, "Do it. Try one." Well, I walked all the way to the far end of the parking lot, and John was with me, and I just let out a holler. Straight down that ridge, and I mean it's straight down that ridge. Something hollered back. We had 3 return replies to our calls while we were at the spot that you're looking at now. Well, we kept walking on, and there was a wildlife trail at the end of that parking lot. So I just kind of stepped on into the woods right there, and then a big pop. It was a big limb break or something. Something popped. Now the wind was blowing. It could have been anything, but something popped. And John and I both looked at each other. We stepped on into the woods. There was a weird looking tree, and I just kept looking at this tree. It wasn't very big, but it was like the whole tree grew up. The tips of it went to the ground. It looked strange, like kind of like a weeping willow. Wasn't very big, and in that time of the day, it's pretty black in the woods. But the tree looked like it was jet black. And we stood in there and waited to see if we heard anything else. And I said, I guess we better get back. He said, maybe we want to get on back to the rest of them. I think that's the way he said it. And I said, I don't want to look at that tree. I took about 2 steps toward that tree and something growled. I don't know what it was. Now, this full of bears. And I stepped toward that tree to take a closer look at it, and something growled at us. And I turned and looked back at John, standing there with his eyes bugged out and his mouth wide open. I said, go. We headed back toward that truck. But you seen the mountain ridges in the video. It just goes on forever. I mean, it goes on, and you don't see roofs of houses. You see trees. And I'm talking about steep, that steep piece of country right there. It's rough. And like it's bear country. But,
well, man, and that picture right there, that video, that overlook, my goodness, it's amazing at what kind of picture the Lord can paint, ain't it?
It is. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he said, go all the ridges as far as you can see and back up one. You're looking at Georgia. That's 100, if I'm not mistaken, he said about 125 miles that you can see. And you can't see a roof. You don't see nothing. You don't see roads.
There's some scattered in there a little bit, but they're hard to find and see in there. Not many.
It's very isolated. I don't know how they could get in on the side of the mountains over there and put in the houses, honestly.
Man.
But it was. I was really amazed how vast, how much nothing it is, but trees, just nothing but wilderness. Man, get hung up in that, he'd have a problem. Sure.
Hey.
Yeah, hey.
You know what? You know some places I had. Greg saw some places. It ain't too easy, is it, Greg? I wanted.
Sherry's at least half Billy Goat.
What?
I said, you're at least half Billy Goat while you go up and down the mountain.
Got them short legs.
Yeah. She might not go over it, but she'll shoot under it.
Oh yeah.
This place also, everybody. Does anybody have a question right now? Let's take a break, because I know some of y'all had questions. We were trying to get to them, but thank you, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for subscribing. But there's somebody had a question a minute ago, and I don't know if you can save them or what, because we're having to participate in the story too.
So just repeat them.
Just repeat them, yeah. We'll get to your questions.
And please put it in capitals.
Yeah, and wait a minute till we get kind of at the end here, if you can, and that way we won't miss any of them. 3117. I've got numbers written down in the stuff that's on them, so I could find them. 3117. They've all got numbers, and
3117.
Okay, this one right here. This is okay. This is the one where we're sitting there at that place, and right straight over there. I don't think you see the mouse, but when you look between the two to the right, and then that big one, the big one on the left there, the trees.
Yeah.
Right back, straight back to there is where we live. Down at the bottom, toward that, where the mountain kind of comes off the side down there. Down in there is where we live, in that area there. Not on the top of the mountain,
so crow fly, Sherry, like or just say airplane. From where this guy is to y'all, how many miles would that be? Just guesstimation.
Oh, probably from his house to our house, the way crow flies, probably 50 miles, 50, 60
50
miles.
miles.
Yeah.
Oh, it ain't that far.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I found out when I first got to talking to him that he used to bear hunt with us over there, but I think it was before I started, and so he knew when I told him, you know, he knew who we were and where we were from and everything. And he said, I used to bear hunt over there.
Wow.
Mary asked if this was during Hurricane Helen.
That wasn't Hurricane Helen, was it? That was just a flood. It wasn't a hurricane.
Yeah, it's whenever North Carolina.
Yeah, when North Carolina flooded from just all the rain.
Yeah.
The hurricane, this particular hurricane, remember we were camping or planning to camp somewhere, and Misty kept saying, something's wrong. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. It was like pulling teeth to get her ready to go. And she kept feeling like something was going on. This hurricane crossed Florida. Then it went out into the ocean and stalled and sat out there and built up steam and then came back and hit this area. That's where all the rain was when that hurricane Helene, I think, or something like that. But
Distance.
Kathy, I don't think they did. I
Billy,
don't think they did.
Billy, that's when we were camping in Talladega, wasn't it?
I believe it was. That's what I had in my mind.
Yep. Yeah, that was one of our Talladega adventures.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see which one she said.
A tornado came through right there next to Mark's. Everybody in the camp took off. Mark said, y'all get cover because it's a tornado coming through. I turned around and looked, ain't nobody in camp no more but me. I said, where the crap did everybody go? And I didn't know where to go. I hadn't been around no tornadoes to speak of, you know. I live in Virginia, and we didn't have much of that. I turned around and looked, and the whole camp is deserted. I said, well, I'm going to just stand up here and watch these pines. Pines lean over and touch at the ground. But everybody kept fussing, why are you up here by yourself? I said, I don't know where to go. I just took root and held on. Watched it blow.
This place has a rich history too that we found out of Civil War stuff too. You know, we talk about graveyards and everything like that.
Yeah.
And wait a minute, I hit the wrong thing.
4-wheeler. By that time, we were within 100 yards of where I wanted to be anyway.
That's the wrong one.
I went through the tree first, and I kind of pulled the limbs up for my wife so she could get through.
I got the wrong one, guys.
She grabbed me by the arm. I thought maybe another slide was going to happen or something. When I got through and I looked up.
Right here. This one.
And,
a lot of Civil War history.
Yeah. And they used to call this right here, they called it the beef market because they called those reserves. Come up here and hide out in the caves. The reason they called it the beef market is because they could go into the valley and steal cattle. They come up here and kill them.
And he also told us that the last bullet shot in the Civil War was shot there too.
Wow.
You know, back in the old days when Civil War was going on, there was people in the woods and people on land that they didn't get messages that the war was over. You know, they claim that the last shot was fired in Appomattox, Virginia, but according to the stories that they tell down there, the last shot was fired in some of those hollows where the men were trying to get through those hollows to get back to their regiment.
The war was over and they didn't know it.
They didn't have a clue that the war was over. And the last shot fired, in all actuality, he said that happened right there.
And it was too hard to get home.
Yep. Just amazing at some of the history. And he carried us to a sulfur spring with spring water. Sure, she drank on that stuff for 2 days. Didn't take me but a minute. I took one taste. I'm done with that.
I put some Kool-Aid in it though.
Oh my God!
I had drank it before, but that one up there was a little bit stronger than one I drank before. But I did put me some Kool-Aid in and drink it. I'm trying to see if we've got all the pictures guys gone through. Does anybody have any questions now about anything that maybe we can answer? I wish I could get him to come on, and I've told him. I've not got to talk to his wife yet, but it helps you. We know that for a fact, all of us, that it helps to get this out there, and people need to know that they're real. And I keep hoping that I can get him to, I don't think, he said he didn't think she ever would, but it really bothered her really bad.
Well, he's built up. That's one thing that I was right proud of him for. All this stuff that happened to him, it didn't rain on his parade. He wants to know more about it. He wants to know why it happened and what they are and who they are and how come we can go up there and holler 3 times and get 3 replies. If these things all around me, what's going on now? And he's built him up a little group, and the guys are some friends, and he told his story and they believed him. And now, they're kind of interested in what happened to him now. He don't realize it, but he's teaching a lot of people right now, a crew.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get the honor to go back down and hang out with them and do a little rough camping up in that mountain and meet these guys. Maybe, and it's very, very interesting, and the kind of stamina and stuff that this dude actually has is amazing to me. I think if I'd went through something like that, I don't know where I'd be right now. Probably washed off down the creek somewhere. It was just amazing.
Well, I mean, one thing, Sherry. I mean, he could come on the show just like here with us today, and all he's got to do is reach up and turn his camera off, and nobody will ever be able to see him.
Yeah.
And they hear him, but they can't see him.
I told him that we could even block it. You can even block it on here. So, but I don't know if I don't know. He hasn't done a visual yet. So, but he might get there. And I honestly, I haven't got to talk to his wife yet, and I'd really like to, because woman to woman, I think we could help her a little bit because they've been really struggling with this. And
well, Sherry, when I say this, I know everybody on the screen right here with me is going to attest to this. One of the grandest things that this man could ever do is come to one of our outings where there's a crowd of all of us people that's been there and per se been there, done that. Yeah, and then he would realize that the people that's going to be there is the people that he can absolutely talk to, and there'll be absolutely zero ridicule, and everybody there's going to be going, "Hey, dude, look, we know, we feel you, we know."
He had already asked me about that, and I wanted to go to an outing when I first talked to him, and they were going to come to the last one, and then they couldn't come.
Yeah,
but they can get another one.
Oh yeah.
I doubt we'll be because we're still spending time with him. I doubt that we're going to be, not having connections from now on.
Oh yeah. Well, he's going to have a lot of questions, and I hate to tell him, but when he gets an answer, he's going to think that's going to solve part of it. But sadly, when he gets an answer, it's probably going to create 10 more questions.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. It did us.
We not that we know of, David. But no, I take that back. He did have the activity because he and his friends went out.
He didn't have a sighting, but he didn't have a
sighting, but they had the
monkey calls.
The monkey calls and stuff like we did on our first
owls.
outing and stuff.
Yeah.
And he told me after they went, he calls me, keeps me updated, and he said, they had went back in there and he wanted to know if we wanted to go, and I said absolutely, and he said,
so we're going primitive camping.
Yeah. But I said, now, when you say monkeys, this is from our experience. I said, did it sound like monkeys, or did it kind of sound like a monkey and an owl combined? And he said, exactly. That's what it sounded like, a monkey and an owl combined. kind of half and half. But you know, everybody has different sightings. Everybody has different sounds they hear and everything. But we will do a show when we come back from up there the next time when we go up there with them. It's middle of September next month when we go, and we'll be doing another show, and we'll have firsthand experience.
25th, 26th, 27th.
25th to the south. No, it's 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, isn't it?
No,
I think.
25th, 26th,
Anyway,
27th.
it's next month. We will. Yeah, we changed it, didn't we? We had to change it. That's right. It was that weekend, and we had to change it for Donna. And but we will have. So hopefully, we'll have some more information for you when we get back.
Thank you, Judy. We appreciate that. Wonderful show.
Thank you. We want to do good shows, guys. Everybody that does this, you know, you don't do it you do it a little bit for yourself so you can have people to talk to about these things, but you want to help people. I mean, that's why I got in. I've got it. The men in my family, except for Jim, are not outdoorsmen, but the women are. I love them, and I wanted them to know if they encounter something like this, how to handle it, and that's why I started the group. I'd been doing it about 14 years before I even told them I did it. I did it while I was bear hunting. I did a lot of it while I was bear hunting. But and Jim didn't know about it either.
And then she roped the group in, the whole family.
But everybody's interested in it. It's a fascinating subject.
Yeah.
And scary sometimes, I'm not gonna lie.
You want to play that next?
Yeah, we got one. Which one?
Got that one up there that you've not played yet.
Okay, sorry.
And
A lot of Civil War history.
yeah,
I didn't play that one.
and they used to call this right here. They called it the beef market because they called a bunch of reserves and up here piled out in the caves. The reason they called it the beef market is because they'd go into the valley and steal cattle, bring them up here and kill them.
This was a real pretty town too. All historic, kind of like our town used to be. I mean, what was the name of the actual town that we went? Do you remember?
I didn't go. I've not been.
That's right, Billy. What's the name of the town? Do you remember?
Was it
I can't hear you.
Waynesville?
Well, it was in the Waynesville area, but I had never been downtown there. We used to go up there for the camping stuff. I'd never been downtown in Waynesville, but I don't know. I'll try to find out. And it's a real pretty town.
Yep.
And we ate at what was the name of that restaurant we ate at?
Maggie's Galley.
Maggie's Galley. It was really good.
Really good food.
They had everything. I ate
Sure
seafood.
did.
And what did you eat, Billy?
Alligator.
Alligator. And what'd you eat?
I
You didn't go. I keep forgetting Donna didn't go. She always goes.
Sandwich is home.
I think Jim ate.
bologna sandwich.
I think Jim ate fish, but it was a really good restaurant if you live in that area.
There was something come up that I didn't get to go, and I hated it.
Meant to drive over there just to get another meal. It was good. Okay, anybody got any more questions or anything else you want to contribute, guys?
Got any more videos?
Let me look and see. It's kind of hard to tell if you've done them or not. Let me see what this one is. This is it's not letting me present it. It's not letting me present it. Did somebody fall off of the show? Nope.
Nope.
Everybody's here, but it's okay. I guess it's an extra one. Oh, that's the correct. I did that one. Oh, okay. Just to give you an example of the area heritage, also here, this place is called Devil's Footprints. And if I'll stop it when you look where the waterfall is coming off. I think it's on the inside of that. There are footprints down in there about 6-8 inch deep in that granite. I'll try to stop it.
Through here. And
A lot of Civil War history.
yeah. And they used to call this right here, they called it the beef market.
That's
They
right.
called a bunch of reserves. And up here piled out in the caves. The reason
I got
they
the
called
wrong
it the
one,
beef
guys.
market is because they go into the valley and steal cattle.
It's let me find it here. I've got them written down here. Just a minute. I knew I'd get them mixed up, but this is well, it's on. I thought it was typed on there. Give me a second. Oh, Mac, okay, it's 3122. Yes, it says 3122. I don't know if that was it or not. Is that the one I just played?
Just played.
Okay, that's not it. Let me see if I can find it. So y'all, I think you can't really see down in the. It's right here. This is it right here. This is the Devil's Footprints. That's cool. It is a real pretty place. The Devil's Footprints. If you look back there, you see the water on the right hand side. When you go to the left, you see those little holes down through there. That's the footprints that are down in that, and it's footprints. And now we the devils. A lot of people call these things devils and stuff. So we don't know if that when that was still soft and not turned to granite yet or whatever, something walked in it or what, and that's why they called it. But there are footprints,
or just something extremely heavy.
Yes, but it looks like footprints.
That's real thick and bushy, though. Real boogery looking.
Yeah, it is.
Now, the whole place is boogery.
Yeah,
it is.
Beautiful place.
And yell and get the answer back everywhere you go. We did 3 times in a row.
I was gonna say that's one area I wouldn't want to be lost in.
Yeah, we were really shocked that we got answers to those calls back when we got back up there. But it was wham wham. Every time we did a yell, we got one back quick.
Yep.
But now that's also the same spot where that mother and the daughter had the sighting not long ago.
Wow.
There were 2 sightings right there. But I think that's about got everything covered. I was looking to see if I had any more videos, but I think that's got it covered. And we thank you all for getting on and helping us.
Yeah, definitely.
I've enjoyed being here because, man, I've heard y'all talk a little bit about it, but I hadn't really got to ask any questions for me to comprehend what the guy went through. I knew a little bit about it, but man, that dude, he had a rough several hours. And like I said, I'm still focused on the part of, I wonder how much longer they were stranded in the woods and having to sit here with all this pressure on them, having to worry. And you think of the amount of stress this guy and him and his wife were in, not only worried about his truck's gone, they don't know probably for sure if their house is even still there. They don't know if their daughter's missing. They don't know if the rest of the family's okay. Plus, they're going, oh shit, we just seen two damn monsters in the woods. And think about it. What if you're stranded up there and it gets dark? I mean, I don't know how long it was before people got to them or they got completely out of there to civilization. I mean, you think if they had to stay in the woods overnight, they've just seen these damn 2 boogers within 30 feet of them, and they've got no reason to believe that they ran on off. I mean, they may have just got work. I mean, think about that. You just seen 2 boogers, and you're trapped in the damn woods with them. That's a whole different can of worms that got opened up.
Now, I've got some other video I've got to look through with Misty when she went back up with me that first time, or with Lynn, John, and she was actually taking some pictures with my phone, and I was looking up this way, and I saw some black little heads moving around, and she saw them too on the camera. But I haven't been able to go through all of that stuff yet, and I've got to look in there too and see if we can see if we can narrow that down, because I definitely saw them. And she was using my phone and she wasn't used to it, and so she was struggling. But I was looking up in the woods and I saw them duck down when she raised the phone up. So we may have some more stuff, come out later.
Yeah.
But that's exactly on the side where he was pointing at in the video where we were at. We went to that site.
Wow.
And we're going back in up behind there to do the camp out next month.
I don't remember how many miles that was from where we camped. Was it 16, Sherry?
I don't remember. It wasn't too far as crow flies. I remember.
I know it was back in the bushes, but
Yeah.
but very interesting. And as far as that camp, man, we just had a great time. We had 2 great camping spots, and we went in there, and John came by every day, check on us, and take us riding, show us different spots and different things.
He was a great host.
I just had, that was one of the best campouts I'd ever been to. It wasn't nobody, me and Sherry, John, and Jim. I said John, but yeah, it was a great spot.
Really, it was a small little campground, but the people that run it were really nice. And I wrote that name down. I think it's on my phone somewhere. I'll see if I can get it and put it out there, because we told him that if we had come back in that area, we'd be back.
I'm going back. I am going to go back.
They were really nice people.
Like Miss Murray's talking about, think about it. The boogers' lives have been uprooted also from the flooding, landslides, and storms.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Everything down there got.
Oh, yeah. All the animals and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. If they're calling for a heavy rains, we may not go on that trip next month.
Lord, don't rain, please. I want to go.
I mean, I'm serious, because it does flood pretty easy, apparently.
Yeah.
But Greg, you brought up some good questions and stuff too that we can ask John whenever we see him again. Yeah.
I mean, y'all, like I said, my heart goes out to the man. It just really does. And, whether he wants a pat on the back or not, he needs one, because, undoubtedly when things got tough, he sorted it out.
Only thing wrong with John I seen, he ain't got a beard, Greg.
Yeah, we'll have to coach him on that, Billy.
Got to have his booger beard on.
Yeah, I am.
Somebody said earlier in chat, said Sherry and Donna need to start working on their beards.
Oh, that was Patrick. Yeah. Get over it, Patrick. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
I do good to keep it on my head anymore.
But yeah, it was quite an adventure, honestly, and it made me realize how delicate nature really is, and how harsh it can really be too. That I'd never seen things that we saw. Millions of rocks, big rocks, little rocks, every kind of rock. All the stuff strewed all down every creek, every hollow.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember how many acres it said actually washed away of their county.
Good Lord.
You could probably find it online. We can get some more information.
I'm sure John remembers, but it was kind of a smack you in the face and wake you up adventure for me. I know those people went through hell the time down there, and they fought it, and some of them still fighting it. And it's been a couple of years now, and they're still fighting to have a home. But they got that fight in them, man. They're gonna stick with it. They want to be there. That's where they want to be, and I just kind of really woke me up of how bad it really was. We carried water and stuff down there a couple of different times, and one time we got turned away. They wouldn't let us bring it in. I don't understand what all that was about. Don't want to get into the politics of it, but there's some politics involved in that storm down in my mind.
Yeah.
They just all keep sticking together and hang in there and get their life back. It's Katie G, she's one of our crew. Her and her husband was working to get food and stuff in, clothing into them, and it's just amazing me, just to see where it was at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was an amazing trip.
Kathy, I'm sorry, Billy. Go ahead.
I said I'm kind of looking forward to the next time.
Yeah,
Stressing the kind of.
Because it's going to be a little rough, I'm sure, but we can do it.
Yeah.
Kathy, I don't think they will come on. I don't think, because I tried to get him to send him a text today or try to call him to see if I told him, I said, I can hide your face and everything like that, but they're just not real comfortable right now, so so they and John works 2 jobs too. He doesn't have much time, and he's trying to quit one of those right now so he can get a little bit more time, because I think he's really, just like the rest of it, he's getting into this stuff, this study, and wanting answers. So that's where they're at now.
I tell you what, once you start, it really takes a hold on you. You just keep wanting more answers.
And the more you see, the more answers you want too.
Yeah, exactly. The more you see, the more you hear, the more answers you want.
Well, these people, go ahead.
One thing I would add, document the things that you do see. Even if you don't understand what they are, document it, write it down, keep your dates. That's like the other day, Sherry and I were talking. She said something about a footprint, and she was telling me about it. And I knew exactly where that footprint was taken and when it was taken, and she had the wrong date and time on it. And after I started saying, well, this happened here, she said, oh, you're right. Document the stuff that you see. Document when you hear weird things. You don't have to see everything to document it, but you keep your records of it, and you don't know who that will help.
Yeah.
More down the line,
It's true.
We had some strange things happen to us at one point. Had a couple of other strange things. I got everything that I've ever heard, anything like that. I got it documented, got it wrote down. Don't know it'll ever be used for anything, but I got a reference back. I know where I was at, just like Greg said. I think we were in Talladega when that storm came. He's right.
Yeah.
That's exactly where we were. And, a lot of weirdness happened down there at that time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things happened.
Oh yeah, every time we've been to Talladega, there's a lot of weird stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
Sir, you're absolutely right.
That's right.
Actually, that footprint that Sherry and I were talking about the other day, that was in Talladega. I remember it well. Sherry and Donna found it. I was sitting on my butt down at camp. I wasn't running up all through the woods, but they found it and they brought it down, asked me if I thought that was a good footprint, and I knew exactly what it was as soon as I seen it. One of the best footprints I've ever seen photographed. But
that's the one that we went back and was going to plaster it, and it was messed up.
Yep, something that done come along and scraped it out with the foot or hand or something.
Well, I think it was a pine cone.
A pine cone.
I believe Troy told you.
Yeah. Y'all don't forget to remember Crystal's family.
Yeah.
In your prayers.
Yeah, and Solomon, and she had another daughter that's I think about 22, 24 or something like that.
Yeah.
24.
Her name's Jaden.
Yeah. We hate to hear that.
Yeah, it was sad news, y'all. But a lot of people's been down and out. I was glad to see in chat a while ago. I'm glad Judy's back home, says she's healing. Y'all just be mindful about others. Some of our extended family here that's had a rough go. Y'all keep them in your mind. Shoot them a message, or main thing, pray for them.
Yeah.
Yep. Even old Wendell's had a rough road.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
He's been sick since back in April.
Yeah.
Don't hurt.
Wendell's like a rusty. Yeah, Wendell's like a rusty fish hook, Billy. He's hanging in there.
Yep. Yep. But you know,
Well,
it's we need to take care of each other. That's for sure.
Yeah. And prayers definitely help.
Yep. Well, y'all, I appreciate y'all letting me come on here with y'all today. I've had a ball.
we
And like I said, it got my mind eased up on a lot of this stuff about it. Because, hey, look, I mean, I feel like I've learned a lot about the situation today. I got to ask a lot of questions that I was generally curious about. And yeah, I can't wait to maybe meet this old guy one day and talk to him. And I say, old guy, don't sound like he's probably maybe my age or so. But what hell, I am getting old. So anyway, but you know, if you're, you know, him, if he's watching this. Brother, I know what you're going through because I've dealt with these things since 2000. So I'm 26 years deep. And I started.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Somebody's about to get eat.
Dragon Ball out in the video.
No, dark in his house.
No, I'm looking on TV. That video.
They're right there. You just couldn't see them.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
He said howdy.
Hey, look here. I'm excited because it ain't gonna be too long. I get to see y'all and Mr. Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, Daryl's
Hey, look, I'm telling you, I can't wait. But anyway, no joke. If he's watching this show, just know, brother, I know what it's like. I mean, these things walked into my life just like they did his, and it was hard to get my hands around it, to get my mind wrapped around it. If they was even real. But once you see one like I did and like he has, I hate to tell him, but once you realize they're real and you see one, odds are he's probably not done seeing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like once they're on your radar, you're on their radar.
That's exactly correct. I can't explain it to nobody. But I'm telling you, I've been the guy that's had the times when I was absolutely terrified to go to sleep because every time I closed my eyes, I'd have nightmares. And it disrupted my life. It turned my whole life upside down dealing with it. And that was at a time when I did. Hell, it's still at a time when I don't need a lot of extra pressure. But you learn to deal with it. And one of the best ways to deal with it, I promise you, I swear to you, the best way to deal with it is do what he's doing, is talk to some of these people that have had the encounters and they've been where you're at right now. That's the best advice that I can give the man. Is sit down, just pour his heart out. Just tell him, hey, look, I don't care how it makes you feel. Tell him. Because I promise you, there's no emotion with this that he's having. I guarantee that I ain't happy.
Yeah.
I know what it's like. The sad thing for me is it took me years of just about dealing with it by myself with nobody to talk to. And, you know, I wish I had knew then what I know now. I wish I'd had the massive support group that I've got around right now.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like, and I know where he's at. I know exactly. Because I'll promise y'all, when he had this happen to him, he didn't know whether to wind his butt or scratch his watch.
Yeah.
Because that's the way you are. I mean, it's you don't know, and just having somebody to talk to, some people that you know that you can trust, people that's been through what you've been through. It won't take long. He'll understand the kinship of being one of those people and being able to open up to those people and not have to worry about the ridicule and the repercussions.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. I mean, look, I'll be the first to tell you. Y'all know what I do for a living. Y'all know I mean, I'm an elected official. That's not really how I pay my bills, but I'm a business owner. And you know, I was afraid like everything people to find out. I don't go out here and tell everybody, everybody I meet about it. But now if they find out, oh well, I don't care. I mean,
You just get that way, Greg. You don't care anymore because you know it's real and you'll care.
That's exactly right. So, like I said, hang in there. I think he really lucked up and probably don't know it by the group of people that he's got tied up with now with y'all. Because look, he couldn't have got a better group of people to talk to and a better support group. Ain't no way.
Well, we appreciate that. But we learned from the best. Y'all have all kind of took us under your wings and showed us and helped us too. So it's a group family thing.
Did you get that saved?
Oh yeah. It's just crazy, y'all. It's crazy how the whole group's come together and been brought together, pushed together. I don't know, forced together, accidentally stumbled up on each other. But how many people in this group will sit here and absolutely be an echo chamber for me on? They'll tell you that they feel like they were brought to this group of people. You can't explain it.
And we can thank Mark and Larry a lot for that too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely. Yep. So.
But well, we'll get off. We got somebody had what did you find that, Donna? That question. Somebody questioned. We was going to try to save it. I think she's got it saved on here.
I don't know if I do or not. To be honest with you,
we'll find it in the chat and we'll try to get in touch with you.
It was about the Discord at GKeyman565. Wondering if we got the SAS Team 10 email about Discord.
We will look for it. So as soon as we get off here. She's got it on her phone, so we won't lose it. Thank you guys for helping us. Thank you, John, for letting us share this video, you and your wife, with our friends. And I know they've really enjoyed it. And maybe we'll get you met up with everybody eventually.
I can't wait to meet you, John.
But thank you two guys.
Oh, no problem.
We're Leggins brothers.
Yeah, we do.
Love y'all.
You helped us a lot on this one, so we really appreciate it. And we will talk. Y'all stay on, and we'll do the outro, and we'll be back on. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
God bless you. We love you.
Big love, everybody.
Y'all. Nothing but love, y'all.
Little bit of beep, 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 beep. That's a monster meter. I'm a Southern Appalachian Sasquatch seeker. Looking in a cave, looking in a hollow, looking on a mountain, looking in the water. Little bit of beep, 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 beep. That's a muncher meter. I'm a Southern Appalachian Sasquatch seeker. We're going seeking, gonna see what we can find, gonna look high and low and around, and maybe we'll find just what we're looking for. It don't matter if it's night or day, rain or shine, we won't stop till we find just what we're looking for. Some say they might be the devil, others say they're the masters of the woods. Well, I don't know and I don't care, but I'll tell you this, I know the real. When we hear that howl as it's coming closer, and we feel the thunder of the steps, will we look it face to face, or will we just run? Some say they might be the devil, others say they're the masters of the woods. Well, I don't know and I don't care, but I'll tell you this, face, I know they're real. When we hear that howl as it's coming closer, and we feel the thunder of the steps, will we look it face to face, or will we just run?